Today I'm gonna show you what Claude Skills are, how they work, and how can you create a great skill from scratch. Here is a quick demo of 3 different skills running in parallel. I opened Claude Code in Visual Studio, the first skill. This one creates flow diagrams. Another session generates me HTML slides. They look just like this and I use them in my YouTube. And in parallel, another session just generated 4 different thumbnails for me to choose from. The power of running multiple skills in parallel gives you tremendous leverage. By the end of this video, you will know how to create a new skill that generates a branded PDF on your own topic and using your own brand guidelines. Before we build a new skill from scratch, let's understand what skills are. You can think of Claude as a new employee. When you want to onboard somebody and you want them to help you with multiple tasks, you will have to explain to them. For each task, here are the steps you need to follow. You must do them in this particular order. And whenever you finished, here is an example of a good outcome. We need a measurable way to know, did you complete this task successfully or not? It is the same with Claude. Once you tell it the steps, the order of the steps, and what is a great outcome, you can package all of that in a skill. And this way, once Claude learned, it can do the same task over and over again without you teaching it each and every time. Let's start building. We are gonna use 2 free resources that you can grab them in the first link in the description. The Forge framework and the Skill Creator. The Forge framework is simply one zip that you can grab from this community for free. I'm gonna simply unzip it and I will get a folder like this. It's called Forge Starter. Open Claude Code in Visual Studio and just do File, Open Folder and select it. So what is Forge? You know how AI is brilliant 1 minute and wrong the next one? Forge is my system for fixing that. 5 things always running in the background. Foundation. It remembers who I am and every past mistake I made. Orchestrate. It picks the right plan. Then it runs it. It actually does the work fast. My favorite is Gate. A second AI checks what the first one did and blocks everything wrong. Once we build the plan, we evolve. We save all the lessons learned. Think of it like this. If I'm building a small project, then we use a light touch. Not all 5 steps are executed. But if I'm building a complex project, I use the full force of Forge framework. It's basically a smarter system around Claude. This covers the first resource. Let's also install the Skill Creator. Open the Claude extension using this icon and ask it, please install the Skill Creator in this workspace under a folder called Skills. What's gonna happen is we are gonna have this new folder that has agents, assets, evaluation, references, and scripts. This is the official one from Anthropic. Both prerequisites are in place. We have the Forge framework and the Skill Creator. We are ready to start the newsletter build. We follow 4 easy steps. We are gonna create a plan, review it until we are happy with it, package it in a reusable skill that generates our newsletter, schedule the generation every Monday morning, and test that the skill actually works. Now let's ask Claude to build us a newsletter. I want to build a newsletter about trending AI news. It has to research accurate information from reliable sourcing using Perplexity, create infographics using GPT image 2 via kie.ai, and use the following branding. Here you can upload your brand guidelines if you have them via file upload, or you can get some inspiration from popular brands. Let's assume we are building the newsletter in the colors from Stripe. I really like their brand identity, so I'm gonna use it. You can go to this GitHub repo. It's called Awesome Design, and they have many popular brands if you need some inspiration. You have Nike, Apple, Stripe, SpaceX, any look and feel from 70 popular brands. I'm gonna pick Stripe and I'm gonna download design.md. This will teach Claude all the color palette, typography, how the buttons should look like, some card example. This way we get this exact look and feel. This is the file. I'm gonna upload it back to Claude. The attachment appears right here. And as best practice, I'm gonna use plan mode. First, we plan, we review the plan, and if we are happy with it, we are gonna implement it. I'm gonna ask it to make it weekly so that we cover only the news from last week. I have one decision to make if I create it as a standalone HTML file or inside my Gmail. I prefer the draft, so I want Claude to create the draft, but do not send it. Wait for my approval. How many top AI stories? Let's say 3 maximum. Okay. Infographics. Let's say for each one of the stories, I want a small infographic with a big hero image. And it's asking me for the keys. Best practice, place the keys inside this file .env. Never send the API keys in this chat window. Submit answers. The plan is ready for review. Let's see. We will research the biggest AI stories from the last 7 days. Looks okay. For the research from official sources, use Perplexity API. So we make sure that all the sources are citable, not hallucinated. This is very important. Infographics with a GPT image too. Perfect. We need a certain style. Perfect. And cover the top 3 most important stories as a Gmail draft. As prerequisites, we need to add our 2 keys inside .env file, so go ahead and grab Perplexity API key and the kie.ai. I'm gonna accept it. A few words about kie.ai. This is a marketplace for image generation model. The advantage of using it is that you can use the same API key and get multiple models from multiple suppliers. And they also have video API. These guys usually have the best prices in the market. To create a key, go to API, make sure you have a few bucks in your account, go to API keys and create a new one. When Claude prompts you, you will have to paste it here. So .env file just has 2 variables. Paste the key, API key in here. Let's also generate the Perplexity key. Go here to your user, all settings, API platform, fill up your details and buy 2-3 bucks of credits. Then go to API keys and generate a new one. .env file is now complete with both keys. 10 minutes later, and a couple of approvals like this, I get the first version opened in Chrome. Let's check it out. I have a couple of infographics. The hero one, it says the newsletter is called Trending AI, week of June, which is today, okay? 3 stories. And we have one story about, yeah, about Fable 5 and Mythos that was forbidden by the government. I think the infographic is very relevant and it respects Stripe's color palette. Okay. We have the official citation. Let's see the link. Okay. And we have the news, the official source. Second infographic, massive water, carbon, and land footprint. Okay, let's check out the source as well. This was published yesterday. And the third infographic about Cloudflare data. Okay, what I really like is the relevant numbers here on the infographic. So see, the official source is set 57.5, which is almost 58. And then the other one is 42.5, right? So it's very nice. Okay, the only thing I would change is maybe the hero image. I think it's empty. But here is the logic. So far, we had a first draft using plan. We made a plan with Claude. We should give it feedback, yes, and make sure that we get one version that we are happy with. And once we are happy with it, we are gonna package that in a skill. For the time being, I'm gonna assume that I'm happy with the option that we have so far. So let's say I'm happy with this option, and let's move on and continue with the Gmail connection. As of now, we only checked the newsletter inside our browser, but we want it as a draft in Gmail. Claude suggested to use MCP to connect to the Gmail. If it's gonna ask you to authorize Claude to access your Gmail, just click that link and approve it. Mine was already created, and it says the newsletter was saved as draft, so go ahead and check your Gmail. Let's check it out. I see the draft indeed. The only thing is that it's missing the infographics, but generally the formatting is really nice. So I'm gonna give it feedback. We didn't even package it as a skill yet. We are still in the planning mode. So for the plan, give it feedback. Hey, I do see the draft email. The only thing is that it's missing the infographics. Okay, Claude asks me to create a username and a password, and it said, hey, go here to this link, create a user called SMTP and a password for it. This is the screen I get. From this screen, I only got the password, and then I go back to Claude and I tell it, hey, dude, I only get the password, so please fill up the user by yourself. And it went ahead and filled up the username with the sender email. And the third attempt, I have one draft email with infographics. Looks closer to the HTML version. Nice. So in plan, we had about 3 versions, right? Up until we were happy with the result. Now let's transform it into a skill and make it auto send weekly with no human intervention. So let's say every Monday, I want the draft to be present in my mail, and only if I approve it, if I like the version, I will send it myself. So I want a human in the loop. Let's transform it into a skill first. So up until now, we only used the Forge framework, the framework that tells the agent, hey, whenever you build something, please learn from your build. So this is what we did so far. Now we are gonna use the skill creator from Anthropic to transform our plan into a repeatable skill. Let's ask it, hey, please use the skill creator, which we have here, and package this into a skill called AI News. And I want it every Monday at 8 a.m. to run it automatically and get a draft in my mail without me opening Claude. Let's check it out. We can see the confirmation. It will use the skill creator. This is very important. 10 minutes later, the skill was built and it is called the AI News. It will run every Monday at 8 a.m. local time zone. Claude suggested to use launch the job. This means that you need to have your laptop on. If your laptop is locked or shut down, this will not work. And we also have the logs. Let's also check this out. We have weekly logs, and this is how it looks like. While it was building, it let me know, hey, I made a couple of tests while I was packaging your plan into a repeatable, reusable skill. So you might need to clean up your draft folders. As you can see, I have a couple of them. Now, since we have the skill, how can we test it? This is the idea. How can we test that the skill works? We will open a new session, a new terminal. I'm gonna open a new one. And in a fresh session, I'm gonna ask Claude to build my newsletter. Hey, please generate the AI news newsletter for me. But do not expect that the skill will be perfect. So as you remember, for plan, we had about 3 iterations until we were happy with the embedded images. For the skill, it will be similar. You're gonna have to use this skill for 1, 2, 3 weeks, give it feedback, and the skill will become better the more you use it. It is not reasonable to expect that your skill will be perfect from the first attempt. And once we have this skill, we also scheduled it. And we used this launch mechanism. Now, because this mechanism only works with your computer turned on, if you want to turn it off and have your skill triggered every Monday, you will have to use something called routines. But for routines, you gotta push your project into the cloud. If you want to learn more about routines, I'm gonna link a video up here. But till then, go ahead, build your newsletter and schedule it. Let me know how it went in the comment below.